So closed sales are down and inventory is up in Sarasota, Manatee counties for September. Hi, this is Beth Helvey with Control Real Estate. I hope you're doing good today. So much like the rest of the country, we had fewer closed sales in September. We also saw more inventory in September than we had previously in previous months as well as compared to 21. Now, don't forget, 2021 was a crazy year. We had nowhere near the inventory we should have had, which drove prices up. So what does that mean going forward? Well, we're starting to level off now. So we're seeing more inventory, and of course the interest rates going up to 7% are going to have a big impact on people being able to buy. Mostly what that means is it's going to knock some people out of the market, and some people are going to choose to leave the market and wait for interest rates to change. But what a lot of people are doing is just lowering their price. So what they're deciding is if they were going to buy something that was $500,000, maybe they lower it to $450,000 to where they're more comfortable. A lot of what those people do that are still going to buy with the interest rates around 7% is they're going to buy down points, or they're going to get an ARM, or what they're going to do is and hold on to that and then refinance in 2 or 3 years when we expect and hope that interest rates will come back to a more normal range for us. Now, we're not going to see 2% interest rates again. By normal range, we're talking in the 4s and 5s. We're not talking 7. So another thing we've seen is that properties are sticking around the market a little bit longer. We've also got more inventory. The inventory amount has gone up. We're also seeing sellers starting to realize that the market has changed. Sellers are typically the last to know that the market is changing for some reason. And those sellers that are starting off real high are having markdowns pretty quickly. Or they're sitting on the market. Buyers are not going to pay those prices right now. They're just not going to. Another thing that we had happen, of course, was Hurricane Ian. So that affected us on the 26th of September. And what that means is it closed down real estate for a week, sometimes 2 weeks. We had a lot that we had to do. There were offices that were out of power. There were homeowners that were out of power. And it was really hard to do a walkthrough and do a closing when the house has no power. Some houses had damage that had to be fixed before they could close. There were re-inspections that had to happen, especially if you had a loan. Your loan closing would have been held up so that an inspector could be sent out to make sure there was no damage. If you did have damage, you possibly had to have it fixed. There was a lot going on. We had real estate offices that didn't have internet. Comcast was down here for like 2 weeks. So that threw everything off for 1 to 2 weeks. So I suspect that October is going to have a boost in closings only because things got shifted to October, as well as the closings we were going to have in October anyway that were already scheduled. So it'll be interesting to see with that. Now, I think November is going to be more normal for us because of the whole hurricane situation. And we're going to head into season. We're expecting a very busy season. We're expecting a lot of our snowbirds to be here. And the thing about moving to Sarasota, Manatee counties is that people move here because they want to, not because they have to. It's a choice area, and people look at buying properties differently in that regard. A lot of people who buy here do buy in cash. And then the people that do buy here that are getting a loan, they understand that, interest rates are high. They'll just refinance, or they'll ask the seller to do a buy down with them, or they'll get an ARM, and there's other ways that they can take care of the mortgage situation for themselves. So I suspect that we're going to have a busy season. It's not going to be as busy as last year. I don't think we're ever going to see a year as busy as 2021. But I think we're still going to be busy. I don't think the bottom's going to drop out. I do think prices are going to come down. I do think inventory is going to come up. And I do think properties are going to sit on the market longer. And I do think we're going to see more markdowns. So it'll be interesting to see what happens through this season. So this is Beth Helvey with Couture Real Estate. Check the comments below. I'll have the graphs and the article for you so you can read all about it yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you have the opportunity to get outside and get some sunshine, I encourage you to do so. Wear your sunscreen, drink a lot of water, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.